Hey guys, welcome to week 9. It is one of my favorite weeks in this course, and so I'm super excited to be able to go through it with you and give you some tips and pointers, and also clarify the assignments a bit. For some reason, these 2 assignments this week seem to be a little bit confusing, so I'll try to go over those and help you out a bit, and inspire you to tap into your creative side, which is what that this week is all about. All right, so first of all, I'm going to jump in and show you the assignments, what they look like, and we will go over some of the things that is important for you to know. All right, so first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the very first assignment that's due this week, which is the Increase Creativity assignment. This assignment, you're going to be going through your life and picking something you want to add to your life and picking something you want to subtract from your life. Sometimes people only do one of those, but you need to do both of them. Add something into your life, subtract something from your life. All right. You're going to watch this video about creativity, and then you're going to figure out a way that you can add one of these elements into your daily life and then subtract something negative from your daily life. Okay. And, a lot of times people do things that are they feel like they've been needing to do for a while. And so if you have something that's been on your mind, if you have something in your life that you've been considering or that's kind of nagging at you, a way you could do better, or something you used to do before your life got really hectic that you enjoyed and that you missed, this is a good opportunity for you to try and to implement that back into your life. All right. Then after that, you're going to complete 4 activities. Oh, I do want to mention for this, you are going to be reporting on it midway. You're going to be reporting on it on Wednesday. Now, on Wednesday, you won't have had 5 days in a row that you needed to do. So you will report on your progress midway through the assignment. Wednesday, you will say, I've been doing these things on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right. So you'll be reporting on the 3 days. Your final report for this aspect, adding and subtracting, will be due on Saturday. At that point, you need to report on all 5 days. All right. So Wednesday, report on everything you've done thus far. Saturday, your final report on how your assignment went. Sometimes that can get a little confusing because people think, how can I have all 5 days done by Wednesday? You don't need to, but you do need to be started by Tuesday in order to get credit on Saturday. All right, for all 5 days. Then next, you're going to complete 4 activities. These activities are things like mind mapping, blackout poetry, scribbling, free drawing, playing a role, things like that, that can kind of help you tap into your creative side as well. These can be really fun to do with family members. And so if you have a buddy or a family member or your kids, even kids are great at stuff like this. I just read an article that said 5-year-olds are like live 90% in their creative space. And then we teach ourselves out of being creative as we go through school and as we feel like we have to have these certain structures. So I think it would be great to grab one of your kids, if you have kids, and do one of these, or nieces and nephews, whatever child you can find, just grab a kid. Be like, hey, you want to play this game of drawing sketches with me? And they'd probably love it. All right. And then you're going to turn in your increased creativity report. All right. So that is this assignment where you're going to report on what you added and subtracted, and then you're going to report on your 4 activities. This is due by Wednesday. All right. The 4 activities need to be done completely by Wednesday. So you'll be midway for your add and subtract. You will have this portion completed. All right. So I just want to really clarify that so no one's super bummed because they misinterpreted the instructions. So hopefully that'll help out there a little bit so you know what's going on. By the end of the week, you're going to turn in your 3 creative ideas assignment. This is in preparation for next week when we're going to be starting to work in Photoshop. Yeah. And so this is going to get you started thinking about creative ways that you can market a product. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to generate your product. This is the product you will be working on this week and coming up with some creative ideas for. If I were doing this, I would be coming up with a creative project that would market scissors. All right. My target demographic would be 45 to 54, male and female, high school educated. They have a pretty nice income. They're in a married relationship and like to consume their media through magazines and Facebook. So I would take this information. It's very, very important. I pay attention to things like this, their age. So I'm not going to have a super alternative, grungy ad for scissors. Married, that's a really important key to my ad. Maybe I want to have a scissor that is cut in half, and one side of the scissor is over there, and the other side's on the other side of the page. My tagline is just like your relationship, better together. I just came up with that off the top of my head. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is very important. Please don't only look at scissors and come up with an ad without paying attention to these very important details about your target demographic. You can design an ad, but if you can't figure out how to market it to your demographic, your ad really isn't going to be doing a lot of good. So that's one important thing to understand for marketing in general, but especially when you have a specific product you're trying to sell. And then you're going to turn in your final report for your add and subtract. This is where you're going to report on all 5 days. Okay. So it's a final follow up on how the rest of your week went adding and subtracting. And then you're going to turn in this 3 creative ideas where you talk about your brand, you talk about your target audience, you provide sketches for your ads. All right. One thing I want to mention, sometimes people get a bit confused about this portion of the assignment. Your product name is scissors, and then product brand is like Fiskar. Isn't that? I can't remember if that's a, let's see, Fiskar. No, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a brand for scissors. Okay. So when you're selecting this brand, it would be good to pick one that has a nice, recognizable logo. Let me type in logo. Okay, a nice, easily recognizable logo that you can use for your project. So I recommend you not making up a brand. Instead, pick a brand for something that already exists. There we go. Okay. So that is a pretty important element of this assignment. If you have any other questions about what I'm looking for, you can feel free to let me know, but it's pretty specific. So you're going to come up with ideas for your sketches. Then next week, you're going to select one of these sketches, and that is what you're going to run with for your assignment in designing a creative ad next week. All right, so here we go. Next 2 weeks, we'll be working in Photoshop designing that creative ad. The whole goal of this week is to get you in touch with your creative side, is to get you sketching, get you thinking outside of the box. So when you get to this assignment, you will already have some creative juices flowing, and it won't be as difficult for you to think of a creative ad. Now, when we say creative ad, let me show you an example. This is what we mean by creative ad. See how it's a light bulb with the earth inside of it. And it has these different images blended together, still following some of the cool rules of typography and whatnot. But this is just a little sneak peek about where you want to go with your sketches, the type of brainstorming, of tapping into marrying 2 images together to create a message. All right. So that's the direction we're heading next week. But this week, hopefully you will find it enjoyable. I think it's a really great week and it's really fun. And hopefully you'll benefit from being able to eliminate something. Usually people pick screen time, which is something I've tried to do along with a class in the past. You can add in meditation, drawing, quality time, reading with your children before bed, just something that you've been missing out on that you wish you had in your life to center you and to help you be able to meditate upon the things you know are true or upon ways you can improve yourself. So it's a really nice opportunity kind of mid-semester to take a bit of a breather. Pay particular assignment to the attention to those two assignments. Like I mentioned, they can get a little bit confusing with what you need to turn in on what days. Usually the problem people run into is they didn't start them soon enough to have all 5 days done by Saturday. So that's the main thing you need to pay attention to, in addition to having your 4 sketches completely done by Wednesday. All right. So, thanks for all your hard work so far. Thanks for turning in your mid-semester evaluations. It was fun to look over those. Um, I had a good amount of feedback about the course, and so just so you know, I will report back on that to the course creators and let them know some of your guys' thoughts and ideas for making the course better, making it a little bit more easy to understand. Which I try to kind of help. You understand the assignments as much as possible, but I think we have the opportunity to make the assignments a little more clear too. And so we'll work on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great week. Okay. Bye.